Hi guys, and in this lesson we're going to look at all the different elements that went into creating these title slides. Okay, so what you'll notice about each of these slides is that it had some sort of sound tied into the transition. We had a rather heroic theme for our Superman, a spine-chilling sound for the chiller, a bit of water, and also a lonely banjo playing for this Lost Connection slide. And I've tried to use a sound that would be appropriate for each slide, which would really make it much more interesting. Okay, and all of the slide sounds are tied into the transitions. So for my Superman, I had this brilliant flash. Okay, my chiller was just a fade. My water had a nice ripple to it, like so. And my Lost Connection with the sad banjo, it's sort of slow, so I just had a soft fade as well. Okay, now if you don't know how to access any of these, in the transitions tab at the top, that'll drop down the ribbon, and you can choose any of the transitions here you'd like. And just to the right, there's an option for sound as well, so you can tie that in. There are a few sort of built-in sounds, although if you just scroll down to the bottom, select other sound, and you can import any sound you like. And sometimes I just use a part from a song or a sound effect that I've downloaded, and it's really up to you, and the possibilities are quite endless. In a previous lesson, we had a look at how to create this text that sort of fits each slide, and we ended up with a nice result there. Another thing is the animation that went into these. So I'll show you the Superman again with no sound, and just have a look at the animation. Okay, so our Superman character flies in, as does our text and our text box, and I've really tried to just have that running theme of flight, because Superman is a flying superhero, and I've had the text behave just like that as well. So to do that, I've gone to the Animations tab where they have the menu. My Superman character just enters in using a fly. If you want to view the animations that are stacked, what you need to do is select a visual element, like my Superman here, and click the animation pane, of course under the animation ribbon. Click the pane and it'll open up, and you can see the different animation effects applied to it. So the first one I have is this title flying in, and you can see it's highlighted here, and I've just used a simple fly in. Okay, now it's actually flown in from the wrong direction here, from the bottom, and I wanted it to fly in from the right, the same side as Superman was. So if making sure I have this animation selected in my pane, I just go to Effect Options, and I just have it come in from the right. Okay. My Superman, he flies in as well, with just a simple fly in, just like my text. Okay. Remember, this isn't rocket science. There's a fair few effects here, and if you don't see anything you like, there are more entrance and effects down the bottom here on another menu. Okay, so I've used fly in for my Superman, and to get him to hover, I've just used a motion path. Okay, so if you have a little look here, you can see I have this green marker and then a red handle at the end, and that's Superman. He started here, drifted down, and then I've just set it so it rewinds and he comes back up again. Okay, to set that up, first off I selected my Superman, and I might go ahead and rebuild that for you. Okay, so first you need to select the Superman. Under the animations, I'm going to just add an animation. It's going to be a line under the motion path, so he moves. Okay, and what you see now is that I have this green and the red handle symbolizing the start and the completion of his movement. However, this is far too drastic for me, so what I need to do is grab the red handle, and I can just shorten this somewhat so it's more appropriate. There we go, and I'll play this now and see what that looks like. Okay, so that's about the drift that I want him to do. Of course, I need this to be just after he flies in, so I'm going to reorder it just by clicking and dragging and moving it into the position that I want it to be. Now to get it to rewind or to have Superman fly back up, what I need to do is double click, and I have the option to auto reverse, and just check that and click OK, and now he comes back up again. Okay, so just a few simple tips and tricks. For my chiller intro, the text is just on another motion path. It's just zoomed in from the left and then jumped up to the top here. And my text on the bottom here is just doing a split quite quickly, and that's been just changed using the effect options again for a horizontal effect. My water, a very simple transition on that slide. It was a ripple, and this text has sort of faded in using a random bars effect, and you can see that there. And I thought this was a bit too quick, so you can change the duration and the delay just on the right over here. So change the duration so it lasts for about 2 seconds, and then I can click play to preview that, and that's what I had. And finally, I have this lost connection. I think it just had a wipe, yep, from the top down. And I also have this sort of purpling on the edge of the slide, this purple fade on the edge, which actually fades in. I'll just play this slide for you so you can see what I mean. Okay, so watch the corners and you can see that purple sort of fades in. That effect where you have the edges is a bit darker, that's called a vignette. So if you just search a vignette on Google Images, I've just chosen this first one, saved it as an image, and I have just dropped it into my PowerPoint presentation here. And originally I've gone to the format, and under the corrections, or the color should I say, it was originally black, just like in the picture, and I've just done a recolor to change it to purple, which sort of gives a retrospective, nostalgic kind of look on this lost connection. Okay, so just using a whole range of different things, including my sound, my elements, my slide design, transition, and the animation, all of these parts of the slide bundled together, and I've created some really appealing title slides here. If that was a bit too fast, don't worry, we'll be breaking down each and every component just over the next few lessons and looking at how we can start to add more interesting animation and build much more meaning into our digital text. Okay.